20 minutes. So if no one jumps on by the end, y'all can just replay it back. So anyways, this is a recap of my weekend with DoorDash and Uber Eats. I don't know what's going on with Uber Eats in particular because they had a quest. They had a quest from 11 to 2, and they had a quest from 5 to 9 and 5 to 10 on Saturday. So I didn't make any money during the quest time except for Saturday evening. And I barely made the $20 quest. It was a $20 quest and it was a $30 quest. 5 deliveries for $20, 7 for $30 for both days and those hours. So that means I had a potential to make $100 just in quest money alone. Out of that $100, I only got $20 from that. The area that I served, or drove rather, was in basically Stone Mountain, Snellville area. And it wasn't busy, especially on Saturday evening. I got like one delivery per hour, literally. So I was like, what the world is going on with Uber Eats? Now, normally, of course, if I was in the more highly populated area, like downtown Atlanta, maybe Decatur, and also have to look at in terms of how much money am I going to be spending to go so far out. Now, that's not really far in a sense, but my pattern of driving is a little bit different since I started working. Now, of course, I work Monday through Friday from 7 to 3:30, and I still have 5 to still do the at work. But I try to focus on more closer to home time in the evening, not driving from 10 o'clock. It doesn't make sense for me to do it till 10 during the weekday, especially like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly Thursday. So I only made about, I want to say if I made about, let me see, maybe, what did I make? Let me see. Probably about 70, 80 bucks. I don't know. I have to add it up. But it wasn't like 200 bucks in 2 days, I can tell you that. Even though my goal for the week, in terms of the weekly goal, I try to make, I make anywhere between 300, and that's between all the apps that I do, not just Uber Eats and DoorDash, but also I include the Live in that factor. Now, the Live is allocated to at least 16 hours or 18 hours a week, so they try to be fair and distribute all the tasks evenly amongst the drivers in Atlanta. Now, since I work during the daytime, now I do get some requests, or I managed to get some availability like 5 to 9, and that's usually like during the rush hour time. But I don't get as many hours like I used to get. I used to get at least more like 7. but that's still good because it's $13.50 an hour plus mileage. So I did do the live last week. So and they still will give me half of the pay per hour if I don't have any tax to do. But as long as I'm available and I get availability of time, I still get paid for something. So I'll find out what I got with the live in a couple of hours once they do the settlement, which comes out on Monday. Now let's think about DoorDash. DoorDash, I had signed up for hours. Of course, I canceled a couple of those hours, particularly yesterday, because from 5 beyond, I didn't do Uber Eats. They had a quest going. I went home to cook, to basically relax, because driving around Snellville and everything else. So I didn't. So basically, I kind of burnt a lot of gas driving, and I was like, "What the hell? Okay, stupid. What about you just jumping all across for this damn lake? People, boy, I swear." So anyway, I didn't do Uber Eats last night in the dinner rush hour, and then DoorDash said they was paying an extra $2 for what they already was paying. It was $2 plus $4 in certain areas, and it started. Suddenly, the sky fell out. It started thundering. Not thunder. Wasn't thundering lightning. It's the rain started coming down, and the weather started getting bad. So that spurts of rain, and I'm not talking about just regular old showers either. I'm talking about the sky fell out, and all of a sudden they needed people. They started sending text messages. There's extra $2. Come on now. See, you know what? These companies, they think they're a trip. They're a trip. So I said, nope, I'm not going to run in my car. I ain't going to jump in my car and try to drive down to Decatur and say, let me get me some orders. Nope, I'm not going to do that. Because, one, just because they have it out there, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Now I know a lot of y'all love to, when someone makes a commentary, y'all love to get on YouTube, people's stations and say, I made $99. Da 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 da. That's another thing. We don't need to be telling nobody's business exactly. When somebody says in a commentary about their blog or whatever, does it really make a difference? Is it really important that you need to tell people exactly what you made? No. You could give your viewpoints about areas where you do very well. But I find that telling people exactly what you made, it's really not anyone's business. Now, if you was on a live in the chat room and you want to, let me get you something to drink, and say you want to kind of like give your opinions or suggestions on areas to go to make money or whatever, that's fine. But we need to stop telling people about money, and especially people who feel that they want to make YouTube videos showing I made $2,000 a week, because I find that now certain people, there's a certain person on YouTube that they start calling people bums and referencing about they made this amount of money every week, and people are so drawn to the YouTube channels because you're trying to get viewships and you're trying to grow your channel and make money off of people on your inaccurate story. I'm sorry. I don't find it advantageous for anyone to tell people how much you make, showing money on your screen and all that kind of stuff. Now, I may have mentioned my average of how much I make, but what does that do for anyone else? Nothing. It doesn't expire. You don't get no inspiration from that. A lot of people thinking that's inspiration. It's not. That's not inspiration. Because I'm quite sure if anybody was to drive or do food deliveries 60, 70 hours a week, you're going to still make about the same average of 12 to 15, $16 per hour, regardless, whether it's people, whether it's food. Some cities are different because the pay may be a little bit different, but from my analysis and from my reviews of income, these companies has it analytically set up where they're going to pay you a certain amount of money regardless. That's why Uber put a cap on how many hours you could drive a day. And if you think that these companies who pays these extra bonuses when they think that those bonuses that are